Okay, on to the next track in Tom's Arctic Notes, man, by Tom Bredesen. This one over here is called The Tallest Man on Earth. That's actually the name of the band, I'm assuming. And the song name is The Gardener, also from Sweden, another Swedish artist, another Swedish band. We've been listening to some really interesting ones so far. But yeah, let's see what we've got over here. For those of you who want to find out more about the Skip the Line, if those of you want to find out more about the custom series like this one over here, I'm leaving the link down in the pinned comment, and you can go take a look at that and see how to request that if you wish to. Let's rock and roll. Let's see what we've got.
Once built a steamboat in a meadow, 'cause I'd forgotten how to sail. I know the runner's going to tell you there ain't no cowboy in my hair. So now he's buried by the day seals, so I could stay the tallest man in your eyes, babe. I sense a spy up in the chimney. From all the evidence I'll burn, I guess he'll read it in the smoke now, and soon to ashes I'll return.
Okay, wait a second, I want to take this back a bit.
Garden, although my judgment's known to fail. Once built a steamboat in a meadow, 'cause I'd forgotten how to sail. I know the runner's going to tell you there ain't no cowboy in my hair. So now he's buried by the day seals, so I could stay the tallest man in your eyes, babe. I sense a spy up in the chimney.
I kind of feel like this is going to sound weird and I might be completely wrong, but I'm going to go with it either way. I kind of feel like it's a man who's absolutely in love with somebody, and in order for him to sort of, and he's got his own baggage and he's got his own secrets, right? So I kind of feel like he's got to tell these lies in order to keep himself propped up to the person he loves, so that he remains because this is the garden, this beautiful garden, right? And now he's buried in this, so it's kind of like he's overwhelmed by this, and it's kind of like he's out of his depth, but he really loves this person. So in order for him to sort of show that he is something and he is worthy of something, he's got to like seem like he's the tallest man in the garden, and all of the secrets need to be like sort of buried, right? He doesn't want to say like who he truly is, the runner, but he's going to tell you that he's a cowboy, right? But he's actually a runner. And it's kind of like trying to keep that behind you. Like when you meet that first person, you want to be impressionable. So you want to impress her, right? And by impressing her, you don't want to come out and tell her the skeletons in your closet. So that's my notion so far. I might be wrong, but let's go.
From all the evidence I'll burn, I guess he'll read it in the smoke now, and soon to ashes I'll return.
You see the evidence I've burned, but that will always come to the surface eventually. Eventually, she's going to see your true colors, right? And then soon to ashes I'll return, right? Very, very cool writing at the end of it. It's like soon they're going to see my true colors, right? They're going to see that I'm lying through my teeth. She's going to see I'm lying through my teeth, right? Because it is who I am. But that's what I'm thinking of so far.
And soon to ashes I'll return. I know the spy is going to tell you sense a leak inside my phone now, from all the lies that I have told.
Oh my god, I'm almost dead certain I'm fucking right over here. I sense a leak in my phone now that from all the lies that I have told. Come on, bro. Please tell me I'm right in this. I'm telling you I'm right in this. I'm telling you I'm right in this. He's basically looking at this relationship as a garden. It's a beautiful garden. But in order for it to remain beautiful, he needs to keep all of his skeletons beneath the surface so that it's all covered by the lilies and it's all covered by the daffodils and it's all covered by everything beautiful. But beneath the surface, so above the surface, right? But beneath the flowers, the blooming flowers, is the dirt. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. Come on. I think that's what it is. It's actually super clever. It's actually super clever over here. The tallest man on earth. So it's like, I'm not actually tall. You know what I mean? I'm actually quite a small man, right? But I need to come across as the tall man. And the reason I need to come across as the tall man is because there's too many tall men walking around here. You know what I mean? Wanting that same garden, right? So I've got to walk above them all. And in order to do that, I've got to lie. So fire.
I know he has your private number, and soon he'll make that vicious call. I know the leak is going to tell you there ain't no puppy in your league.
Fire.
So now he'll fertilize the roses, so I could stay the king you see in your.
And now he'll fertilize the roses so the more of the lies that are coming out is the more he has to do to cover them up. So it's basically saying, well, now because that's come to the surface, I now need to fertilize the roses so that so that the beautiful garden can grow more, so we can cover all this shit. You know what I mean? I love the way they're writing this. I love this over here. This is absolutely fire. It's the first time I've ever heard a relationship song that is so different. So different. This is absolutely fantastic. He really doesn't want to show his true colors, his past. He doesn't want to show all his misgivings, right? So he needs to fertilize. So if she picks up on another lie, he needs to do something else to try and cover that lie, or something else to try and cover that lie, so that this garden can consistently bloom, right? Eventually, it's going to come to a point where she's going to realize it all, right? But in order for him to always be her king, and for him to always be the tallest man, he needs to consistently do this, because he feels like I don't feel like I'm worthy, and he knows it. It's actually introspecting that, but it's like, I can't lose you, so whatever it takes, man. I'll send trucks of fertilizer. Let's cover the entire garden, man. Let's make this into a forest. Let's go.
In your eyes, babe.
Loving the guitar there. It's actually almost banjo-ish as opposed to a guitar.
So now we're dancing through the garden.
Or ukulele-ish, actually. Wait. I don't want to miss what he said.
So now we're dancing through the garden.
Uh-oh.
And what a garden I have made.
Fire.
And now the death will grow my jasmine. I find it soothing, I'm afraid. Now there is no need for suspicion. There ain't no fraud kissing your hand.
So I think when he's talking about death, I think he's talking about the death of the actual relationship. It was inevitable that it was going to die. But he's like, well, listen, given the circumstances, it's actually kind of a relief, because you know what, like, I didn't. At least we got to a point where I didn't have to uncover too much. You know what I mean? Because I think you would have been appalled.
There is no need for suspicion.
Now, want to hear that again, actually.
And now the death will grow my jasmine. I find it soothing, I'm afraid. Now there is no need for suspicion. There ain't no fraud kissing your hand. I won't be lying when I tell you that I'm a gardener, I'm a man in your hide space. In your hide space.
Or he actually could have dealt with all of that, and he actually could have, because of her, because of the relationship with her, he was able to actually bury all of that. He was able to eventually actually deal with that, and that became part of the garden, and it became part of her accepting him, right? And now he doesn't have to rely on all of this deception to keep growing this garden, right? The death is what's actually growing his jasmines, because she's accepted him for who he is, and he no longer has to play this facade anymore. You know, he's got the girl, and she loves him for him, right? He will always be the tallest man on earth because she accepts him for all of his misgivings. I think that's probably where he was going with that. I don't know, but you let me know down in the comment section.
In your eyes, babe. In your eyes, babe. In your eyes, babe.
Man, I loved that. I loved that. I thought that was so cool, so different. So different. I don't think I've ever heard something that has to do with a relationship that's that creative. It's very, very cool. Very cool the way he did that, using the garden and using, like, in terms of like his insecurities and his skeletons, and that's what was growing. That's what he had to, he had to bury that in order to keep fertilizing the garden, in order to keep growing that garden. And then it eventually came to a point where she accepted him for all of that, and the garden grew anyway without him having to do any of that. Fire. I thought that was very, very cool. You guys let me know what you think down below, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.